Hi, welcome to ConvinceMeAudio. Today we have the review of these. The Anole VX from QDC. Oh my, there is so much to talk about. Let's talk. I had given up on IEMs. I sold my Campfire Andromedas and the IE800S and said, IEMs are done. They all sound the same. They're all good or bad or just uncomfortable, and you just go, yeah, it's slightly different from the previous one. What's new? Nothing seemed to be new for the last 8 years or so, and it was all the same. I had tried all the Shores, all the Sennheisers. I had tried so many IEMs I had lost count, and they were all the same. So I got into open back headphones and start building up a proper collection. But a good friend of mine, Skedra, over in the Telegram chat, Audio Lounge, if you're feeling inclined, go and check it out over there, said, you need to buy these. These IEMs are something special. These IEMs are 10 balanced armatures, and balanced armatures previously had been a hit and miss for me because I have never really heard one that I truly enjoyed because they were balanced armatures, you know? Dynamics always sounded better and they were just meh. I thought, all right, I'll give them a go. Let's talk about the comfort of these first and the build quality because it's all cohesive and it's all basically part of the whole. These IEMs were designed by somebody who understands the human anatomy. Their shape is as custom as you're going to get without going custom specifically. They are the most incredible universal IEMs I have ever come across. First of all, the shape, like this, to place them in your ear. It's literally perfection. And then the underside of the IEM has been 3D printed, I think, to literally take up every inch of dip, height, and depth and valley of the ear shell so that it sits like a plug. And the tips are slightly angled so that it gets the perfect angle of the ear canal without you having to do this to it. I have never ever come across an IEM that is so comfortable, that is so perfect. This is a subjective opinion obviously because every one of our physiology of our ears is very different, so please take that with a pinch of salt when it comes to your own ears. It's got this bit where it literally goes inside this part of the ear. It's got this chunky bit sticking out, so it sits inside the dip of the ear. It's absolutely magical fitting. The construction itself is enduring plastic, beautifully designed. This cable is from my friend, obviously, over at Viking Skedra. He did not send any of these cables to me. I pay for them because they are so well performing, so beautifully designed, and I think he deserves it. So the comfort, absolutely no issue whatsoever, unless you want to go customs. So the fit is absolutely divine. 2-pin connectors with a shroud so that it seals properly and is very easy to take off and put on. Thank you, QDC, I appreciate that. The cable wraps around the ear. This sits inside the ear shell like I stated perfectly well. Once you put it in, they are as easy as earpods to put in and take out of your ears. You can do it 10 times a minute. IEMs usually have this issue where you usually can't find the perfect fit, and when you do, you just have to leave those things in there for the rest of the day. Otherwise, you're going to have to spend another 20 minutes faffing around with tips. And that's another thing. The custom tips were absolutely perfect for me. Worked the first time, didn't have to worry about anything. Perfect seal, perfect balance sound. Bingo. Unique melody messed, you could learn something from this. 37 tips before I found the right one. Okay, so the fit is perfect. But how do these sound? These are the only IEMs that I have ever tested that can stand up to Sasvara without crapping its pants. These IEMs are traditional, neutral, transparent, incredibly textured, incredibly layered, absolutely fantastic timbre. I'm very sorry, this is going to be the song for this review, because there literally is nothing I dislike about these IEMs. I have been waiting to do this review for the better part of 4 months. Before this channel's conception, in fact, for the Audio Lounge chat and for my buddy over there, Zeus Pantera, his House of Patronage chat, where we discuss IEMs and headphones on a constant basis. These IEMs are perfection, sent down from the gods. So, Unique Melody Mest, with their outstanding imaging and layering, yet with caveats. The Sony IER Z1Rs, with its transparency, beautiful layering, and wonderful sound signature, and what they deliver, and that incredible bass. I will pick these any day. They're valued at $2,500 and is worth every single penny of those dollars, because they earn every single penny of those dollars. Okay, how do these sound? That's the most important thing. I've sort of touched on it, but I've not described to you what they sound like. They deliver music the way it's meant to be delivered from the studio. So any form of excitement, any form of nuance and pleasure comes from the track itself, not from the tuning of the IEMs, because they're neutral. The soundstage is 360 degrees all around your head. The staging is slightly smaller and more intimate than these two here, the Sonys and the Mest. But its accuracy, its layering, its pinpoint position, its speed and dynamics and texture and micro detail brought me back into the fold of IEMs. These IEMs are what headphones are. There is no discrepancy anymore. Over-ear headphones have been matched by these IEMs. In the $1,000 to $2,000 region, I take this over 95% of them. I am literally reviewing the Meze Empyreans valued at $3,500, and these destroy those in every single metric. When you're listening to a song, let me paint you a picture of perfection. Let me describe to you what these sound like when you listen to them. You're playing your favorite track. This IEM has some of the most incredible, realistic vocal reproductions outside of Sasvara I have ever heard. And it's not the central point here of the vocals, it's the backing vocals. It does what Sasvara does on a smaller scale, where each backing vocal sounds like a real person standing in amongst its members and peers in the stage, within the stage, and they deliver a chorus from 10 or 15 people rather than a mishmash of sound from the studio. The texture of the voice, the nuance of the characteristic of the voice, the way each of their expressions seem to be infused in their voice comes across with clear definition. You can see right into the mix. in a neutral sounding manner so that when you take the IEMs off your head, your ears don't feel like the world is too bright or the world is too dark. It's delivery, it's quick, it's impactful, it's nuanced, it's layered, it's perfection. If there is a perfection for IEMs, I am picking these. We constantly chat about these in the chat, trying to find a flaw with them. There isn't one. I can't find it. I can't find it. It's brought me back into the fold of IEMs. That's why there's two others on the table. Because these said, let me show you what IEMs are capable of. I never believed possible balanced armatures could deliver such response that is natural. Balanced armatures, as a rule, like on this unique melody mest, which have 4 of them. Yeah, I think there is 4. Sound balanced armature-ish. There's a slight oddness with the timbre, with the tonality, with the texture. It's balanced armatures. These sound like dynamic headphones done to perfection. I don't know how QDC have done it. I don't understand. The bass region is lean, it goes low, it's impactful, it's textured, it's nuanced, so you know exactly what is playing. Nothing ever overshadows anything else in any of the frequency bands. The attack is so quick, its start and stop is so instant, yet it's airy. It gives air when there needs to be air. It provides microdynamics when there is microdynamics to be had, yet the sound signature is smooth. It's the first IEM I've come across where smooth does not mean smoothening over detail. It just basically means a perfect delivery of the sound without anything being lost. I love these, if it's not clear enough. I will break these IEMs down to their absolute minute microdynamic range in the frequency response in the audio lounge chat when I do my audio analysis, which most of the time ends up being 30 minutes to 1 hour long with backing tracks to describe what I'm saying. So if you're interested, go over to Patreon, subscribe if you feel the need to, if you think this video is worth it, and then listen to me talk about these for 1 hour because YouTube will not allow it. I will have to actually, unfortunately, move on to the treble region and the mid-range region. It does what Sasvara does, where there is no bass, no mid-range and no treble. It just provides decent sounding instruments with body and realistic timbre and realism, where such amateurish things of like tonality and somebody having a 30 band EQ adjusting things is thrown out of the window. No, these provide what instruments are. These provide what instruments actually sound like. And if neutrality is what you're looking for because you want to hear the music, what the artist intended you to hear, you pick up an Anole VX. You don't pick up the Sonys or the Mest. You will pay the $2,500, though I do recommend going used because these pop up occasionally for about $1,600. And they're worth it. Oh, blimey, they're worth it. I didn't mention, the case is absolutely beautiful. It's leather. It smells great. Real leather, like Italian shoes. Very, very well built. Nice stitching. I thought that might be, it's a nice little touch. You can throw that in your bag. But you'll probably not use them because you want to keep these on you all the time. The treble region, like the mid-range region, like the bass region, is very, very smooth. Very, very, very smooth. Yet all the detail is there. All the air is there. And I can't tell you which genre these are good for because they're freaking good for everything. From classical to EDM to jazz to YouTube music to DSD at 755 million bits. These work across the board. And fortunately, obviously they scale up, like using them on the A90 back here, incredible pairing, where the stage is expanded, the detail is increased, the transparency is increased. I think I might have put 500 hours on these in the last few months I've had them. I am not kidding you. In the beginning, I wouldn't take them off for 8 hours a day. Okay, I have to be nitpicky and pick something I don't like about them. Alright, I'll give you that. The cable. The cable is up there somewhere. I really don't want to dig it out because it's just an average cable. When you pick up the cable, you think, oh, okay, these IEMs are worth $200. Because I think everything has gone into these IEMs itself. And it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind paying for a third-party cable. I don't care. Because of what these do. I don't care. So, that's my rant on the Anole VX. If it's not clear, these are perfection. So thank you for coming along this journey with me. I would like to extend a massive thank you to my Patreon members. Thank you for supporting the channel over at the Audio Lounge chat. And if you feel like joining our family, please go over there and check it out. All the information will be down below somewhere. I am Koji CEO. I'll see you next time.